Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I have a video that I'm really excited to share with you. Today we're going to be talking about my favorite limited edition products. So some of them are like eyeshadow palettes, but there are some other products in here as well. So I didn't want to just title it just limited edition eyeshadow palettes because I got a bunch of different goodies as well in here. But these are all the products that were limited edition that you can't, some of them you can still get, but they are not going to be available for much longer. But basically these are the products that I don't very often do like tutorials or things like that using these because they're no longer available or they're not going to be easy to get. But I just kind of wanted to show you what some of those products are. I would say these are all products I would never part with. These are all products that have a very special place in my makeup collection, and I would be really sad if I lost any of these because I know I can't just replace them. So I have seen a few YouTubers do this, but I did want to give credit to Samantha March. I'm pretty sure she's the one that I had watched a video and I was like, I need to do that so bad. So I will link her channel down below if you want to check out her video. But first, I wanted to welcome you if you are new to my channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. I do create beauty related videos here on my channel, and I would love for you to join our little family here. If you want to join us, go ahead and click the subscribe button down below and let's go ahead and jump into this. Okay, so I feel like most of the time limited edition is usually palettes. Most of the time when you see limited edition products, that's what you're going to find is palettes, whether it's a face palette or an eye palette. But I do have some few products here that are not palettes that are limited edition that I'm obsessed with, so let's start there. The first one is the lipstick I am wearing right now. This is from MAC. It's from the Toledo collection, and it is a matte lipstick, and it's called Oxblood, but as you can see from it on my lips right now, I don't know why they named it Oxblood. You would think Oxblood would be like a dark vampy red, but it's not. It's a kind of a warm toned nude shade, but it's just like the perfect nude. Whenever I have an eyeshadow look on that I'm not sure if I want like a warm or a very cool lipstick with, this just kind of goes with everything. I feel like it just works. So I love this. I will be really sad when I run out of this or when it's too old, and yeah, it smells okay right now, but it's definitely getting near the end of its life and I'm so sad. I do have to say I'm not a fan of the packaging. I was not a fan of the Toledo collection packaging, and I think this was the only product I picked up from that limited edition launch from MAC, but it's just because I'm obsessed with this color. Next up, I was so sad that this was limited edition, you guys. I think I've mentioned this in so many videos because I think this is one of the best bronzers I've ever tried. And this is from Marc Jacobs. This is called the Tantastic Omega Bronze, and it comes in the white packaging. So I think he just has one bronzer in his like collection, but this was limited edition this last summer, and you guys, this is the perfect bronzer for my skin tone. It's not too cool where it looks too ashy and gray, and it's not too warm where it looks orange on my skin. It's just perfect, and it blends like a dream. It goes on so creamy and just perfect. Just perfect. I'm so scared I'm going to use this up that I hardly ever reach for it because I'm like, no, I cannot use that up, but I love this bronzer so much, you guys. I love it. And it has kind of a coconutty scent, but it's very subtle. It's not as strong as like the Physicians Formula bronzer, if you're familiar with that, but this is just so, it's just perfection, you guys. It is a really large pan, so I'm hoping this will last me a long time because I will be really sad if and when I run out of this bronzer. Oh, it's so good. Marc Jacobs, please bring this bronzer back. Okay, and then the last like single item that I have to talk about are the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector highlighters. They do come out with different limited edition shades here and there. They have quite a few in their regular collection that stay all the time, but they every once in a while will come out with these limited edition ones. And every time they do, I snatch it up because they are so gorgeous. And I do think that the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector formula is probably still my favorite formula for a highlighter. They're just gorgeous. This one here is called the Lilac Geode, and this one is just stunning. Oh my gosh, you guys. This one has kind of a peachy pink shift, but it's very light. A lot of times with those peachy colors, they can be too dark on my skin tone, but this one doesn't get too dark. It still works as a highlight. It doesn't look like a blush topper. It's just beautiful. I just find it really, really stunning. It's one that catches the light and you're just like, wow. I just love these so much. I do also have the shade Prismatic Amethyst. This one is more of kind of a, well, it's quite a bit lighter, and it's got almost kind of a bluish shift to it, like a purple blue shift. I just set it right there in the middle of my hand. It's so hard to swatch highlighters, but if you guys can see that, that one, it has more of a holographic kind of look to it. So yeah, that one's a really fun one. And then the last limited edition one is the Rose Quartz, and this one again is just so pretty. So pretty. How would I describe this one? This one's a little bit more of like a pink. It is quite a bit different than the Lilac Geode. They're just really stunning. I just love all of these Becca highlighters. I don't think you can go wrong with their highlights. Okay, let's go ahead and move on into some palettes. Now first I want to start with some face palettes, and since I was just talking about Becca, you guys, you knew I was gonna have to bring this up. This is the Becca Jaclyn Hill collab, the face palette collab. This was just such great quality. Now, I know they brought it back like 3 times. I don't know if they'll ever bring it back again, but if they do, snatch it up, you guys, if you don't have it. You do get the Champagne Pop and Prosecco Pop in full-size versions, as well as 3 highlights in here. The highlighters you get is the Pamplemousse, the Amaretto, and Rose Spritz. And they're just, look at those. They're just really, really pretty. I just love it. I think the quality of Becca face products is just amazing. So definitely love that. All right, another highlighting palette that I am so glad that I got, you guys. This is from NARS. I feel like I saw this online recently. I don't know if it's still available, but if it is, I will link it down below for you. This is called the Banque de Sable. It comes with 3 highlights in here, and it's just so pretty. Like, I can't even explain to you how gorgeous these highlights are. They are just stunning. Stunning highlights. They go on beautifully onto the cheeks, but they don't look like glittery. They don't look like too much color, you know what I mean? Where you can see the stripe of color. It just melts into your skin and it just looks like that lit from within glow, but it's just stunning. Like, I can't even explain how much I love these. I just love these so much. Whenever NARS comes out with these limited edition palettes, they never bring them back, but they usually will do one every like winter season, and it's just different colors in each palette. And sometimes it's all blush, sometimes it's bronzers, and you just kind of have to look and see. But if you see one that you like, jump on it, because it's always a fantastic deal for the amount of product you're getting, and you cannot go wrong with NARS. They just have really good quality for their highlighters. All right, and then this one's kind of new. This one actually I think is still available. Anything that is still available will be in the description box with links so you can check it out. But this one is from Anastasia. This is one of her glow kits in the sugar version. So I do only have one other glow kit from Anastasia. I have the Nicole Guerrero one. But the thing that I like about this one so much is that it is the only glow kit I have personally seen that every shade in it works on my skin tone. I feel like it's a good thing and a bad thing. It's good that she wants to diversify and come up with palettes that work for all skin tones, but I almost wish she would have like one for lighter skin, one for medium, one for deep, instead of trying to make each palette work for everybody, because then inevitably you're gonna have shades in there that aren't gonna work for you no matter what skin tone you are. So the thing that I love about this one is that it works great for my skin tone. They're all shades that work on a lighter skin tone. There's nothing in here that I can't wear. I'll show you guys swatches on this. They're just so beautiful. Like, oh my God. I love every single one of these so much. I don't know if you can see them, but they are good. They are really, really good. Can you tell I've been really into highlighters recently? A lot of my favorites are highlighters. But yeah, I definitely recommend that one. If you have a similar skin tone to mine, you will love it. It's beautiful. All right, let's go ahead and get into what you guys have all been waiting for, the eyeshadow palette. So these are my favorite limited edition eyeshadow palettes. Let's start with this one. This is from Anastasia, and this is the Master Palette by Mario. So this, I want to say this came out very close to the same time as the Modern Renaissance. I think it was last fall or the one before that. And I wasn't gonna get this, and then I saw it in store, and it was during the VIB sale. We didn't have it at my store, so I went to like a freestanding and picked it up, but you guys, this is really good. It just really is good. It's a very different formula though. It's not the same formula as her Modern Renaissance palette, and it's not the same as like the Subculture either. They are a little bit more creamy. Like you stick your finger in and it just feels like butter, literally. So they have a very creamy texture, and I don't feel like her other palettes are quite as creamy as this one, but I love it. I think it's really, really good. The brushes, of course, I never keep brushes in any palettes. I just don't like them. I feel like they're cumbersome. But the shade selection is also very nice in this palette. So I love this palette. I would be really sad if I ever had to part ways with this one, but I think it's stunning. Another NARS palette, you guys, and this one I think is still available. This is the Loaded palette from NARS. This is so gorgeous, you guys. I feel like that I might have brought this up in my top 5 palettes. It is one of my absolute favorite palettes of all time. It is just so good. You get such a great shade selection in here. You have a mixture of mattes, satins, and some shimmer finishes in there, and they all just are fantastic quality. They blend great. They're very pigmented. They're just stunning eyeshadows, and I love this palette so much. All right, you guys knew this one was coming. So this is one of my absolute favorite formulas for eyeshadow, the Lorac Pro, and these happen to be the Mega Pros. I only have 1 through 3. I did not pick up 4 just because I feel like I don't need it. I wanted it, but I didn't buy it because I just didn't feel like it was a necessity. Even when I saw it went on sale, oh, I was so close. I had it in my cart. I was so close. I got to the point where it's like checkout, and I was like, no, Lisa, you don't need it. So I didn't buy it. But I do have the Lorac Mega Pro 1 through 3. I think the number, probably the number 2 is my favorite, but I'll give you a close-up on all of them. This is the number 1. And with all of these palettes, the top 2 rows are gonna be your mattes, and then the bottom 2 rows are your shimmer shades. And they just do such a great job with their formula. I can't even describe how great they are. They are definitely a little bit on the powdery side, but I don't mind it because they're so pigmented and they just blend themselves. They are so good, you guys. I also do love traveling with both these Mega Pros and also the smaller Pro palettes as well, because they're so compact, and they do come with a very generous mirror inside. And then here is a close-up on the number 2. This one is the one that I said is my favorite. This second row right here, like these shades in here, oh my gosh, I die. I love those shades. And actually, really the top row too, I really like those warmer colors up here as well. I just love everything in this palette. I think it's such a great palette. Again, you get so much in here, so you can really come up with so many different looks from each one of these palettes. That's why I love it. You could use it every day for like 2 weeks and come up with a different look every day. And I think it's fantastic. I think the quality is fantastic, and I'm obsessed with them. And then I do have the 3 as well. This one of the ones that I own is my least favorite. I don't like that it's white and it gets very dirty. And then I just haven't used it as much as the other palettes. I think the shades are beautiful. I honestly probably just need to pull this out in my next Shop My Stash so that I can get some more use out of it. I think the shades are beautiful. For some reason, I just don't reach for it as often as the first 2. All right, and then last but not least, I had to talk about some Kat Von D. I love Kat Von D's limited edition eyeshadow palettes. My favorite of all is definitely the Mi Vida Loca. I just love everything about this. As soon as I saw the pictures of it, I wanted it because I think the artwork that she created on here is stunning. I think it's gorgeous. I'm not a huge fan of that this slides out like that. I don't know if you guys can tell, but mine has kind of warped a little bit. I don't know why. I don't know if it's how I store it. I just keep it stored up there on its side. I don't know. But look at how beautiful this is. It's basically a color wheel on the outside, and then on the inside you have your neutral shades, some transition shades, some white and black. It's just everything you would need for a fun, colorful look. The formula is fantastic. I think her eyeshadow formula is definitely one of my favorites. She does a great job. And this is something I will keep forever. Even when I get to the point where I think the eyeshadows are no longer good to use on my eyes, I will keep this as a collector's item because it is just something that I find, it just makes me happy. So I like having it, and yeah, I love this. I hope she does another palette soon with some beautiful artwork like this because I think that was a really, really good palette. And then after that, I did pick up this one, which is the Metal Matte. It's very cool the way that she has the title on here, where if you turn, depending on which way you turn it, this way says metal. I can't see. yeah, this way it says matte, and then you turn it this way and it says metal, and I think that is really cool. I think that's really cool. And then inside you have all the mattes on the bottom, and then you have her foiled shades on top. The Metal Crush is the name of the formula. These are stunning. The Metal Crush eyeshadows, if you've never tried them, are insane. They're like foiled shadows. They're so beautiful. And then her matte formula is fantastic too. I like that you get so many shades all in one palette, and you can really come up with so many looks from this palette. So I think it's awesome. The only thing I'm not a huge fan of is the size of her palettes. They are kind of difficult to store, but you gotta get a little creative with it because it is worth figuring out a way to store them because they are amazing. And then I do also have this year's holiday palette, which is the Saint and Sinner palette. The packaging is definitely a little bit different. You have this little clasp here that opens up. This one is still available, by the way. And then on each side you do have the mirror. The only thing about this palette that I'm not really in love with is the layout of the shades. And I know a lot of people have brought that up. I don't like how kind of jumbled the shades are, but you do have to think a little bit more when you're using this about how you want to create a look. But there are some gorgeous shades in here, and the quality is there. It's great quality, so it's definitely worth picking up if you like these kinds of shades. I wish I could like reorganize it. I've seen some people on like Instagram and stuff that have depotted it and then reorganized it. I think that's a good idea, but I'm just gonna make it work how it is. But I think it is still a very good quality palette and definitely worth picking up if you're into Kat Von D's eyeshadows. All right, you guys, so those are all of my favorite limited edition products. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video today. It was really fun going through my collection and pulling out things that I don't normally share with you guys because they are limited edition. But thank you so much for taking the time to watch today, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.